I'm just ready to fight. You know, I've said everything I had to say. There's nothing else to say. I'm just looking forward to fighting.
It's going to be a war, and we're both heavy hitters. It's not going the full 16 minutes.
I'm not going to lose.
But you say that in the last minute of the second.
I am not going to lose. Did you hear what I said?
Thank you.
There you go. The man right here in the ring, Mike Tyson, will see you on Friday versus Jake Paul. Now it's time to go over to Dasha.
Mike Tyson called the fight a party, saying that the hard part is done in his fight against the problem child. The Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight is just one day away, and MVP's open workout revealed a lot of little tidbits. Tyson shared that he's strong now, but the beginning was rough and tough. Training at this age can't have been easy, and Tyson didn't hesitate to share that.
Because actually, when I agreed to this fight and I started training, I said, what the am I thinking of? And I finished the process, and now the fight's the party.
Tyson sparred for a bit with his team in the ring and got the feel of the environment. His coaches seemed confident in his abilities, and the fans were in awe watching the legend get to work.
He wanted to go back to his roots, and now he's sticking with them. Raphael, he's like the pad guy.
The commentators were left absolutely stunned at the speed and agility of the 58-year-old veteran, to the point where they forgot to do their job and comment about his skills.
Individual, not only of that age, he looks incredible.
On the other hand, Jake Paul is also prepping hard for the upcoming fight with Tyson on 15th November in Arlington, Texas. He sparred in the open workout too, showing off with his chicken hat.
Okay, speaking on Mike, we just talked to him, and I know he said he's had more amateur fights than you've had pro fights, so it's going to be an easy evening for him on Friday.
Jake seems confident in himself enough to claim that he will take down a fighter who has fought all his life and start his career.
The person who's been doing it their whole life, because of my team, everyone that's put in the work with me, Coach Third, Coach J. Leon, Coach Larry, we're an unstoppable force. And Friday, my dreams come true and my career starts. You know, this is the start of an amazing journey.
Having a fight this big be on his resume against a name like Tyson alone gives his career new meaning.
What I've done so far doesn't matter. Friday night, my career starts.
When that career kicks off on Friday, the big question that people are asking, would Canelo be the next fight, finally? Would that happen?
He ended his interview by firmly stating that the universe aligned for him to win this fight.
Everyone get on your feet, Jake Paul! Good luck on Friday!
Jake's mom was in the crowd, and she is not feeling too hot about watching her son fight one of the most dangerous boxers.
Mom, I promise you, I was built for this, destined for this. The gods got me, universe got me, and I, Jake Joseph Paul, will knock out Mike Tyson Friday, November 15th. It is written in history books.
The son seems to be making Tyson even more agitated with his childish antics, like his recent Instagram post that went absolutely viral. With Tyson's explosive past and his intensive training videos, he is most definitely a threat even at this age. In a recent sparring video by MVP, Tyson displays his raw power by blowing off the mitten of his trainer with just one combination of punches.
I have 16 days to the fight, so 17 days.
Jake's mother is right to worry, because Tyson's punches were known to absolutely demolish even the strongest of opponents, and he clearly still has that ability.
Now, where's Mike? Put everything together. So mentally, physically, we're excited, man. We're excited. If the fight was next Saturday,
For Tyson to build that strength again when he's touching almost 60 alone is impressive. His age has been the elephant in the room. But Tyson made a recent appearance on Fox 4 and shared the only difference he feels in training.
Training is different than maybe it was when you were 22.
Not much different. I just need more massages than normal, but other than that, no.
Tyson is of the mindset that Jake isn't even a fighter that is on the same level as him. Jake has only fought 11 professional fights and won 10 of them. And Tyson is one of the legends in the boxing world. So the difference is there.
Meaning what? Not your level?
I do not believe so. No, not at all.
How long do you think this thing will last?
Not long. As soon as I catch him, because he's going to run like a thief.
The 58-year-old predicted that Jake is going to be running around the ring instead of facing him head-on.
I don't see how he's going to make an exciting fight by running all day. You know, he's supposed to be the young guy. He's supposed to walk right through me. I'm an old man. He's going to run all night.
Most predict that Tyson will take Jake down with one punch. So this could mean that to keep the fight going on for longer, Jake would want to evade him as much as possible until later rounds. Jake shared a video on YouTube showing the journey from how this fight came to be.
The thing that initially kicked this fight off was me taking ayahuasca about 2.5 years ago.
Since then, Jake put this fight together after learning that Netflix wanted to move in this direction. All he needed was a big enough opponent, and that is where Tyson comes in. In that video, Jake's camp shared that they've been training hardcore to build Jake's stamina and speed in the ring. The quickest way to get out of Tyson's power punch range is to be quick on your feet.
When at least 2 to 3 weeks of aerobic type training to be transitioned into really hyper focused on the anaerobic lactic side, meaning that fast, explosive, working on those.
Jake has knocked out boxers in his professional fights, so he has a puncher's chance against Tyson. His best bet is to get a good explosive hit in to weaken the old man, and that's exactly what he's going for. Since he can't match Tyson's punches, he can work on being fast.
He's bigger, but he still moves like he is 168 pounds. That's a heavyweight's nightmare.
The most surprising part of the video was when Jaleon Love, Jake's assistant coach, revealed that Jake has sparred with multiple top heavyweight names.
How is sparring been this camp?
Safe to say he's taking on and dominating pretty big guys in the camp. That is why he sent Tyson a chilling warning.
It's been good. Mikey. Better watch out, buddy. Don't charge at me, buddy. I got dynamite.
Tyson is no joke, though. While Jake is thinking about going for the title of world champion, Tyson's plans for after the fight are very chill. Because he doesn't see Jake as a boxer of his level, he gave Jake a new term and called him a manufactured killer.
There's a fundamental difference between me and Jake. He's a manufactured killer. Television and paper made him a killer. He's manufactured. I'm a natural-born killer. That's the difference.
Since Jake came up in boxing after a controversial career in media, he started training and fighting around 4 years ago. Most boxers train their whole lives and keep training past their prime, like Tyson. Michael Bisping seemed equally enthusiastic in calling Jake manufactured, as he said,
"I could not have said that better. Mike Tyson nailed it there. Jake Paul is manufactured. He is a wannabe. He is a fake. He is an..."
Bisping respects Jake for getting in the ring and taking on a fight. Jake is at a good weight and can take on boxers. But the problem arises when the list of his opponents is filled with abnormal names.
He calls out 58-year-old guys like Anderson Silva that are 46 years old. Just fight somebody your own age, somebody in their prime. Simple as that. Stop cherry-picking opponents. But still,
Bisping analyzed Jake's training videos and pointed out a huge flaw that could lead Tyson to an easy victory.
Jake Paul walks forward against smaller opposition and just swings big looping shots. They generate a lot of power, but what it also leaves is openings for counters. You got to keep your hooks tight, okay? You don't swing wild haymakers.
He thinks that Jake can't win this fight and gain respect. Knocking out or winning against Tyson would just generate more hatred towards him for taking on a 58-year-old, and Jake is well aware of that.
His Instagram looking like a killer, hitting the shit out of the mitts. The top 5 comments are, if Jake wins this fight, it's completely rigged. And that
Bisping thinks that it would be better if Jake goes in the ring and puts on a nice show. But knowing Jake, he would want to try and fight an old man the same way he did with Anderson Silva.
Something to watch. Give them value for money, okay? But he's probably not. He's going to come out there and swing like a maniac. He's not going to respect the fact that he is 58 years old. No, he's going to go out there and prove that he's the baddest man on the planet. No, that just proves that he is a delusional bully.
Tyson is going to be the dominating figure up till the first 2 to 3 rounds. His fighting style is crisp, his positions are still accurate to the T, and his movements seem agile.
First round, in the second round, third round it's going to diminish, but in those opening rounds, it's going to be really dangerous for Jake Paul because Mike Tyson, being the smaller heavyweight throughout the entirety of his career, has very quick feet, gets on the insides, sees the opening, bang, crack, left hook to the bottom.
This means that for Jake to win, he has to evade Tyson for a while before going into fight.
Regardless of how hard you train, you can't be in the same shape as a 28-year-old. So just play it safe for this first couple of rounds. Dance around the ring, use your height, use your reach, pump the jab and just circle around. Who cares if the crowd are booing?
To unleash his power after the third round towards Tyson would be the smart way to go about it. Nonetheless, Bisping's prediction lies with Tyson at the end of the day, but he isn't discounting Jake's youth.
I am hoping and I am praying that Mike Tyson knocks him out, and there's a very good possibility of it, but there's also a possibility on the other side. Anyway, if he does...
Jake is pretty popular, and Bisping thinks that winning this fight is the only good look for Jake in terms of his career.
But if he goes out there and he knocks out Mike Tyson, that's not a bad look. If he loses to Mike Tyson, that's it. It's a wrap, baby. The career is over. You lost to Tommy Fury, never look for a rematch. Then you're getting knocked out by a 58-year-old.
Getting knocked out by Tyson would be embarrassing for him, but that's the common prediction. Former Mike Tyson opponent Julius Francis shared the same opinion as Bisping, that the power and knowledge are the last thing to leave a fighter.
Obviously, the age is a concern, the fitness and the health. They do say, though, don't they, power is the last thing to leave any fighter.
Well, it's the knowledge, actually.
Francis gave an idea of what he thinks will happen if this is a real fight and not a scripted one.
And I would suggest this, that if Jake Paul hits Tyson too hard, Tyson is he's liable to lose it.
He's going to revert back to top.
And revert back to what he does best and what he has been known for.
This is the exact same way Roy Jones Jr. describes Tyson.
Mike is like a pit bull. The problem with a pit bull is they don't know how to really play. They'll try to play, but before long, they're going to be trying to fight for real because that's just what's in their blood. Not that you should do that, but that's what's in their blood.
Tyson has the mentality of an animal in the ring where he can't control himself. At least that was the case until 4 years ago in the exhibition match he had with Jones Jr.
He just can't help it. He wants to kill. Nothing he can do about that. So if you get in there and get him started, he going to heat up. And once he heats up, it's a wrap.
Jones Jr. is the only person Tyson has fought since his retirement 20 years ago, and that too was an exhibition match. This is a professional bout that'll go on their record. That means that it's real. Or is it? Many are claiming that this fight is more about the money. Francis is of the same view.
A real fight? Or is it all about the money? But don't poke the bear. That's why I say don't.
Tyson doesn't win or lose in this fight. The veteran already has a legacy that can't be tarnished. Paul, on the other hand, doesn't get credit if he wins or loses. Former boxer Brendan Schaub said,
Jake, so you knock him out. Horrible, dude. What the fuck? You just beat up an old man. You get knocked out. They told you this guy's a joke. You get beat up by a 58-year-old. The third scenario here is it goes to decision. That's a disaster and nobody's coming back. That's a disaster business-wise for Netflix. It's a disaster.
Tyson Fury came out to say that everyone who's talking against this fight is jealous on some level.
Fantastic event. Anyone who don't think it's a fantastic event is jealous. Mainly people who ain't getting paid from it will be jealous, obviously, because it's not them.
Keeping aside those who are concerned about Tyson's age, this fight is on another level. Jake is a businessman, as Bisping said, and knows how to garner a ton of attention from the world. So this fight promotes boxing on a whole other level. Even Mike Tyson and Jake Paul are aware of the hype surrounding this event.
I believe this is going to be great for boxing. I believe I'm going to win.
700 million people watching on Netflix, and the impact this will have on the sport is unfathomable, and it's untangible, quite frankly.
Fury seems to be more appreciative of both the boxers for what they're bringing to the table.
I appreciate Mike performing at his age. I appreciate Jake performing and bringing so many eyeballs to boxing.
He spoke about Jake's power to bring about more eyeballs onto the sport and market it in a positive way. It was recently uncovered that Jake is making double the amount of money from this fight than Tyson. True Geordie pointed this out and cannot believe that such a big fighter is only getting half the paycheck.
Paul apparently is getting $40 million. Mike Tyson only getting $20 million. I'm shocked at that. The most famous boxer alive is getting a smaller piece of the...
This fight has most of its hype because of Mike Tyson's name. It's the reason why the stadiums are sold out and why Netflix took it up. Geordie pointed out that Tyson is an extremely popular name in the boxing history alongside Muhammad Ali.
And whether or not he's one of the greatest of all time is debatable. But his story and what he did in the ring, they're a huge part of fight history.
Which is why many fans might be feeling a bit emotional to see their old favorite boxer once again.
On the one hand, as many people did didn't want him to take this fight because it's an opportunity for a kid who couldn't lace his fucking boots if he was in his prime to get a win over him. And this could be detrimental to his health. But on the other hand, he is a grown man and you've got to allow him to make his own decisions.
For whatever reason Tyson took up this fight, it is apparent that he's working hard and might just come back to beat Jake. Jordy thinks people need to stop viewing this as a typical boxing match. A normal fight is of two people with the same ability and talent fighting to see who is better. But when it comes to this fight,
a guy is. We already know they're not similar ability. Mike Tyson is one of the most gifted fighters of all time. The question is in the last 20 fucking years since his last fight, has he declined enough so that Jake Paul can get a win over?
Jake went from fighting Deji to fighting one of the most well-known names in boxing history. That sort of upgrade in just 4 years demands respect.
To get yourself in a position like that on Netflix, as a businessman, I got to applaud it. It's brilliant. It's genius. He makes himself one of the best known boxers in the world, and that isn't even up for debate, without even being that great at boxing. So everyone...
Jake's only fight with a professional boxer was with Tommy Fury, and for him to be the one to take on Tyson is both funny and impressive. Who do you think will come out on top on Friday? Let us know in the comments below, and subscribe for more.